what's a bit curious to me is I mean, the equity market's been bad, the currency's been so weak, but we haven't really seen the outflow story really pick up. Why do you think that is?
Actually, if I look at our clients, they've been also diversifying globally.
Okay.
Because that's also our advice all along to our clients. In this kind of environment, you have to diversify globally. Despite, I must say, what happened lately, sure, will dampen the sentiment there. Despite, if I look at the absolute figure, it's quite limited, particularly with regard to the trade war.
Any disruption so far that you've heard to their businesses? I mean, a lot of your clients run their own businesses. I'm sure they're concerned, but have they actually put a lot of the capex plans on hold for now? What are you hearing?
What I've been hearing from our clients, the limited on their business is quite limited at this stage.
Okay.
Obviously, if the trade war further escalate, that would certainly have some impact on their decision and also on their expansion plan.
Amy, to what extent is it all priced into the markets here now, a trade war, whereas in the US, they kind of ignored it? And you see what's been happening with them, and they continue to rise up, albeit not lately.
Obviously, for the Asian client, and particularly the Chinese client, the trade war is certainly a hot topic.
Yeah, not so much, that's what I think in New York.
Yeah, I know, but the tie to China and also the kind of trade situation is very closer to heart to a lot of our clients. Despite, if you look at the absolute figure, it's quite limited because it's talking about currently 0.5% of the GDP for the first escalation. And actually, over the years, China dependence on export has also significantly come down. If you look at particularly the China export to the US has come down from 7.2% to 3.4%. But I think it's more psychological, and it has an impact on the sentiment itself. For example, if I look at our clients in general, they are getting more cautious.
Have they incrementally been taking money out? I mean, I know you have been advising them to diversify anyway, which is good advice to begin with. I'm just wondering, recently, the past 6 to 8 weeks, has there been a pickup of whatever, demand for anything outside China?
Well, they have always been looking at investment opportunity globally.
Okay.
And I don't see any significant kind of outflow. As a matter of fact, the business has been doing relatively well.
Speaking of business, hiring plans this year?
Hiring plans.
I know this war for talent's been a bit fierce. I've gotten calls myself, not that I would jump on them, but yeah.
For UBS in general, Asia is the growth region, and particularly the Greater China region, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and China is a strategic growth market for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And is that where the money's coming from, into Hong Kong, into Singapore, and places like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me, how does that change the dynamic here as a city, or in Singapore as well, which is probably more established as a fund management center?
I would say that actually, with all the wealth creation in China, that places Hong Kong in a very unique kind of a position, especially now you have also the Great Bay Area Initiative. Great Bay Area Initiative basically is using Hong Kong as a hub to all the 11 cities, targeting the 68 million people. I think that's a significant opportunity. So I think for us as a leader in the wealth management industry in the region, we are expanding.
I've got a bit of breaking news. This is ongoing story at the moment. Alibaba just coming out with this at the moment. Daniel Zhang will replace Jack Ma as chairman of the company. Of course, he has been executive chairman at Jack Ma for a while, September 10th, 2019. So what we're looking at is a year to the day that we will be seeing a change at the top there for Alibaba there as well. That's just what we have at the moment. This is a succession plan in place right now, and a year to enact all of that. So there we have it.
Yeah, he had been CEO anyway, Daniel, since 2015, yes. Of course, when when Jack Ma stepped down from that and just remained chairman, of course. So yeah,
executive chairman. Yep.
As you point out, 12 months from now. So. Not exactly immediately here, but yeah, we'll get more on the story later on with Lulu Chen, of course, who will be joining us, who covers this beat for us. In the meantime, I want to bring back Amy Lo. She's still here with us in our Hong Kong studios. So You were cited in the story, just back to the topic that we were talking about, you were cited in one of our Bloomberg stories last week on these 20, 30% pay jumps that a lot of these junior bankers are getting to shift firms, basically. Is UBS prepared to pay that, or is that the high end? Is that an exception?
Well, clearly there's a talent war down there because, as I said earlier, all the players want to get into the wealth management industry, and because the growth driver are the wealth creation here. And if they want to grow, talent is one of the very important pillars there. I think that's also the reason why we also have been working together with Hong Kong MA on a talent apprenticeship program in order to breed more talent rather than, competing among the small pool of talent in the region here.
Amy, just going back to you have a lot of business owners, etc., in China, no doubt, who are your clients. Are they seeing on the ground any changes to the economic pattern of growth, the speed of growth, etc.?
I think they are seeing opportunity, but at the same time, with the trade war and all the kind of political uncertainty, they're getting a bit nervous. But at the same time, I think Asian investors and entrepreneurs are very agile. So they are also looking for alternatives as well.